Greetings and welcome to Precious Blood Renewal Center. Christ the Lord has risen. He has risen indeed. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. Throughout Lent, we focused on embracing our personal crosses by uniting them with the cross of Christ as a path to the new life offered in the resurrection. Easter has now arrived. It's now time to focus on the new life offered through the mystery of the resurrection. Let's acknowledge the gift won for us by Jesus and celebrate the hope offered to us by this sacred miracle. Words often fall short in conveying the deep emotions that whirl within us. Expressing heartfelt feelings through the arts allows us the opportunity to surface all that is stirring deep within where the Spirit dwells. I invite you to explore these emotions by creating a mandala. A mandala is a circular design that can be enhanced with color. I got this mandala in Assisi, the home of St. Francis and St. Clare, translated from Latin to English. In the middle, it says peace and goodness. A mandala uncovers the essence of the artist's inner being. Mandalas date back to ancient times, originating in the practice of Buddhism, but have found a home in other faith traditions, such as Christianity, Hinduism, and Native American spirituality. Hildegard of Bingen, a 12th century German mystic, experienced supernatural visions throughout her life. These visions were later depicted in mandalas. While she did not draw them herself, she oversaw their production. The Swiss psychologist Carl Jung was instrumental in popularizing creating mandalas in the West. He wrote about his daily practice of drawing his design to reveal the state of his inner self. This exercise promotes self-discovery and self-transformation. I'll pull up a video of someone showing us how to draw a mandala. It amazes me how she uses simple shapes to create a beautiful design. This is to give you an idea of how you can go about uncovering what is stirring within your deepest self and express it through the art.
What's up? I'm Elsa Ray. Today I am going to show you some simple techniques on creating mandalas. Drawing mandalas is a really repetitive and meditative process. Even if you're really new at it, the act of drawing mandalas is a really stress-relieving practice. Let's jump in. The pens I like to use for any type of drawing are Pigma pens. They cost anywhere from $2 to $3, and I've got several different types. I rarely, if ever, use pencils. I enjoy ink over lead, and I enjoy the challenge of figuring out ways to correct my mistakes when I mess up. Pencils are definitely going to be more forgiving, and if you'd rather do that, go for it. This is your art, dude. For these mandalas, I'm mostly sticking to my #1 Pigma pen. I tend to use this pen more than any of my other pens. I always start my mandalas with a circle. It might be a little circle, might be a spiral, might be a large circle I've built up with a lot of little circles. Doesn't matter, just get yourself a circle. Next, I start drawing my petals. I start with one petal, then create every petal after as similarly as possible. I find that rotating my paper helps a lot with this. When I get close to the end with enough space for 2 to 3 more petals, I put a dot down to show me where I need the last 2 petals to start and end. When I don't do this and I rush through my petals, I typically end with some vastly different sized petals. But this happens to me all the time, and here's how I fix it. So this petal is very obviously bigger than this petal over here. I make it less noticeable by adding a thick layer on the outside of the small petal and a thick layer on the inside of the big petal. Now they're the same size. I add a thick layer to the rest of the petals, some on the inside, some on the outside, and some an even mix of the two, and when I'm done, all the petals look uniform. Next, I like to add another row of petals. A simple way to keep these petals looking uniform is to begin and end each petal on the center top of the row of petals below, as you can see me doing here. Rotate as you go and try to keep each petal the same height. But remember, you know how to fix them if you need to. To To create pointed petals, start from the bottom of the petal on either side and bring each side to meet in a point. Rotate the page as you go. Mark your last couple petals with a spot like before, and there you go. I love adding little embellishments to my mandalas, like loops, dots, spirals, lines. Each mandala I've ever created is different. I get a feel for what my mandala needs and try to be creative and patient. If you've got a row of an odd number of petals, here's a cool design for the next row of petals. Create a pointed petal spanning 3 petals of the row below, with the middle of the lower petal in line with the point of the pointed petal above. Keep going around the circle, spanning 3 petals each time, and when you get to the end, you're not going to have enough to finish it. So what you do is you overlap your very first pointed petal, and you get this cool kind of kaleidoscope shape. It's a little hard to explain, just watch what I'm doing. And that's that. I finished this mandala off with some more embellishments. And there you go. There's a few pretty easy steps for you as you go along your mandala journey. Send me pictures of your mandalas on Snapchat, would you? So I can see them. Also follow me on Snapchat, follow me on Instagram and everywhere. Links are below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Invite you to create your own mandala. Pause the video and return once you've completed your masterpiece. Hope you enjoyed doing that. While you were doing it, did you notice how present in the moment you were? Take a moment to reflect on your mandala. What message is hidden within the design you have created? I look forward to being with you next week as we continue our video series on contemplative practices. Let's remember to keep the people of Ukraine in our prayers. May they feel the warmth of God's loving embrace deep in their soul. God bless and happy Easter.
Stay with me, remain here with me. Walk